I grew up in the Catholic Church, and so I've always grown up knowing that I believed in God, knowing that He loved me, and seeing Him as a father figure. But for me, I think the way it was portrayed to me in church was just kind of more I went to God when I needed something, and I never really understood the whole idea of having a relationship with Christ and it being a daily thing. I do remember praying a lot when I was younger, and once I got into high school, I kind of started getting into the party scene and getting further away from God, and it just wasn't a priority in my life. And once I got to college, things kind of went crazy. It was just in partying every single weekend, and the main objective was just to get drunk every weekend, basically, and that's kind of where I found my identity, was being, the cool girl who would be crazy and always drinking, and how harsh I could be, around my guy friends. At the time I thought it was fun, but I always knew that eventually I wanted to become, a good Christian woman one day, but, now I'm going to have my fun and I'll do that later. And my sophomore year at A&M, they have this thing called Breakaway, where it's kind of like a huge, it's almost kind of like the porch or like a church gathering, but it's on a Tuesday night. Breakaway was the first time that I had ever experienced seeing just, I guess, Christians really just worshiping. And I remember the first time that I went, I started crying because I just couldn't believe it. Just here's these people who you could tell they really knew the Lord and they actually had a relationship with Him. And I knew I wanted it, but it's like I just didn't want to let go of the fun I was having and the partying. And then I just remember there was one time when we were being led in a prayer about, Lord, we really want to live for You, and we really want to know You. And, I've been led in those prayers before, but I always knew I didn't mean it, and God always knew I didn't mean it. For me, it was always, later in life I'll do those things. But this time, it was like, I do want to live for You, and I do want to know You. And He kind of just, He really just broke me down little by little until I got to that point. And I didn't even know it was going to happen. It was just suddenly there I was praying, that I really wanted to know God, and I really wanted to live for Him. And that's just kind of when it happened, when it was like, okay, this is it. I really want to start seeking Him out and really kind of knowing who God is. And for me, the big hindrance, I think, was knowing that I couldn't continue going on partying and getting drunk and all that every weekend, and at the same time still be genuinely seeking God. So from then on, basically, I just kind of started reading the Bible and continuing to go to Breakaway, to church. And it's funny looking back, I guess, remembering how little I knew even about Christ's life or about the Bible, and it was kind of all new to me at the time. And just little things like I would read, do not use abusive or harsh words, and maybe I should work on that whole cussing thing, because back then it was like F-bomb every other word, and so okay, maybe that's not so holy. I finally got into a community group with 7 other girls, and that honestly has been one of the most significant changes in my walk since I can remember, because we sit around and we actually talk about real issues that we're having, real life struggles. For me, like, I remember right when I started getting a community group, I had a dating situation where it was like, now I don't even know what I would have done, but I had them to kind of inform me about, what is this guy like, and is he of godly character? And they were there just to inform me all along the way when I was second guessing myself. It's really amazing just the difference it was, because I never thought that I would be the kind of person who would say that the most important thing to me is living for Christ. But God kind of always moves in unexpected ways, and that's what I think is so amazing. My name is Julie Nice, and this is my celebration of grace.